this year you have been awarded with this, Manish Malhotra, you have been awarded with the most glamorous designer and you have been awarded with the most stylish director, glamorous director. So what was your feeling and what do you think about this collaboration where fashion has been appreciated at a much more higher level?
Well, it's always important to platform fashion. It's a multi-billion-dollar business worldwide. And I think that, you know, there is a certain perception sometimes, which is changing now completely, that fashion is frivolous. No, it's actually, as I said, a multi-billion-dollar business in the world, and it's growing phenomenally today, even in our country. Manish is the leading mainstream designer of the country, and the world, and his, to the point that when I produced a film called Humpty Sharma Ki Dulhania, there was a dialogue where we needed a leading designer name where she says, "Lehenga pehnugi to sirf Manish Malhotra ki pehnugi, varna nahi karungi shadi." And he was the brand that the director wrote without any interference from me. And when I read that dialogue, I realized his reach is that large that if you go to even a small town or you go to a city that is not in the forefront of things, they will tell you that if you mention fashion designer, the recall is Manish Malhotra. So fashion is definitely on the map today, and proudly so. As far as the award, I think it's great that Filmfare has started this platform. Winning the most glamorous filmmaker is, of course, it's both, I would say, very extremely gratifying to know that, you know, someone thinks you're glamorous. Partially embarrassing as well, because glamorous can be, I think, such a subjective term in so many levels. But definitely, if somebody else had won it and not me, I would have been very upset. So winning is very critical, and winning any award for me is critical. Be it glamour, be it director, I don't like to lose. If I'm nominated with 5 other names, I'd like to win.
Manish, please say your thoughts also.
Well, I think when a professional gets an award like this, it's of course about first their work, I would think. You know, their work has to be what you are being awarded for. So I think my work has been glamorous. I think in my mind, glamour, style, fashion, it's all very related. And, you know, you don't necessarily have to be fashionable, but you could be very stylish. And the way you carry even a simple cotton shirt could be really glamorous. You know, so that's what I think. So and I think that what's great here is that Filmfare, being a film magazine in the last few years, has really, you know, in fact, earlier I used to make fun of Jitesh. I said, oh, so much of fashion. But today, when I saw this in the flight while coming from Dubai, and I've been noticing that so many people are looking, who love movies, look at Filmfare for what fashion and style can be. So I think them to take that step further and expand their spectrum, I think it's great. And somewhere we all need to do that. And I think that's really brilliant. And I felt very good getting the award. You always feel good getting the awards, and the next day you move on and you start working. But of course, this was special because it was the first. So I'm very happy to win the first Glamour Style Awards by Filmfare.
Talking about style and glamour, obviously your look in Bombay Velvet has been, you know, everybody has been talking about it. It's extremely smart. So who really styled you, and tell us more about it? What really went into putting it on?
I had nothing to do with the styling of that film. I had nothing to do with that film at all, actually. I just reported as an actor, and I forgot that I was a filmmaker or had any perception or any point of view. It was styled by Niharika, and it was conceptualized by Anurag in tandem with Niharika. They wanted me to look very different from myself, and it's also a film based in the 60s, so it had to have a certain retro element in its styling. But the character is partially flamboyant, so there is a certain usage of color and within the, which I don't normally wear. I wear a lot of black, and I've worn all kinds of colors, and I just kept my mouth shut because I felt as an actor I can't have a perspective. I have to follow the vision of the filmmaker, because that's what I want out of actors myself. So if I start throwing my own tantrum on the side, it won't go. And Anurag is something you can't throw a tantrum with because he has a very clear vision. I'm really nervous about it because it's my first foray into film acting, and I'm just really stressed out about how it's going to be accepted when it's out.
Recently, the CBFC, another film called Unfreedom, has been banned by the CBFC, saying it's got too much of homosexual content and it can't really, you know, go on the big screen. So, as a filmmaker, do you think banning is an option, or, you know, like, is it justified?
I don't think banning anything is something that I endorse. I also feel we've been in very detailed and very productive talks with the authorities to be on censorship. I do believe very strongly there should be certification, not censorship. And it's something that I actually have been trying to suggest for a while. Just like the British Film Board of certification has like a 12, a PG, a 15 and 18. We all hope that perhaps we can, and the right people are handling the situation, so I wouldn't want to comment while the process is still on. I just have to say that the industry, the fraternity have come together to kind of resolve the crisis that seems to surround this particular issue, and I hope very soon that we will have an amicable solution to it all.